Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to give you a tour of my snap-on roll cart. So starting up here on the lid, I have some magnetic trays with some nut drivers, my Milwaukee work light, and then I have some extra magnetic trays. Starting over here on this side, I have some random screwdrivers, a claw pickup tool, and a breaker bar. And then back here I have some axle nut socket. These are the magnetic Duralast spark plug sockets. And then over here are the traditional spark plug sockets with the rubber liner. And pretty much all of my 1/2-inch drive are impacts. These are the Pittsburgh Pro impacts. I actually really like these for the money. They work really well. And then for my 3/8 chrome, they're Craftsman, along with my 1/4-inch chrome. Now down here I have my Torx bit sockets, and then my metric and standard Allens, and then I have this great big Allen that I use for draining LS blocks. It has like a brass plug. Then also down here I have some of my commonly used 12 points because everything else is 6-point. And then I keep my 1/4-inch extensions, my 3/8 extension, and my only 1/2-inch extension. Now starting back here, I have a couple more axle nut sockets. These are oil pressure sending unit sockets, some impact adapters. I have some socket adapters for impact driver. I have some that wobble, then I have some regular straight. These are the snap-on 1/4-inch impacts, miscellaneous short extensions and adapters. These are the snap-on FDX sockets in the semi-deep. Then I have a set of the standard and metric Duralast low profiles. And this is a 10mm set that pretty much has every kind of 10mm you can think of. And that's also from Duralast. Then I have some 1/4-inch spline drives and 3/8 spline drives. Some bits from Irwin. Over here is my bit driver from Husky, and also a Cobalt 1/4-inch breaker bar. Probably the most pointless tool. Then over here are my Craftsman pry bars. I have a regular bit driver, and then my snap-on ratcheting bit driver. I have a magnetic pickup tool, some striking screwdrivers from Milwaukee, and this is a oil plug removal, so that way you don't get oil all over the place or all over your hands. So that's the top of my cart. Going to the first drawer, I have some metric crow feet. I have this 18mm Crow's line wrench that I used on my LSA GTO to get to the fuel line. Some bigger wrenches, some extra wrenches. And then the way I have this set up is all of my ratcheting wrenches are in this tray, standard and metric. And then over here are my just standard box end wrenches, standard and metric. And these are Cobalt and a couple Husky, and all these are Craftsman. I have a set of the Duralast line wrenches, the cheap Harbor Freight bit set that you can get for like 10 bucks. I have a DeWalt bit set, and these are pure crap. They're the OEM damaged screw extractors. Pretty much useless. for my second drawer, I have some of my specialty pliers. These are for making spark plug wires. These are a wire stripper and crimper. These are to remove spark plug boots, oil filter wrench, snap ring pliers for the flat snap rings, trim removal tool. Also have another trim removal tool down here. I have my vice grips, my knockoff Cobras, some 45-degree needle nose, some linemen's, my snap-on plier set, and then over here I keep all my hose clamps to clamp off hoses so you don't lose all your fluid. And then for my ratchets, this is a Carlisle 1/2 inch snap-on 3/8, snap-on 3/8 with the index and head. This is my snap-on 3/8 with the bent handle. Over here is my Carlisle 3/8 long. And then I have this Husky 3/8 with a flex head. And then my 1/4 inch snap-on flex head. And then over here I have some cheap picks that I use to beat on. You can tell they're like all bent out of shape. And here are my snap-on extra long picks. And then down in here is my Pittsburgh Pro breaker bar. And this is actually a Harbor Freight serpentine belt tool, but I use it as a breaker bar because it's actually really low profile, so you can get into some tight areas with it. It just doesn't ratchet. I have some snap ring pliers here. Onto my third drawer, I have a set of the snap-on pry bars, couple snap-on ball peen dead blows, and I have a rubber mallet mini sledge ball peen, some brass punches, cheap Harbor Freight dead blow, and then also a pick and chisel or punch and chisel set. Down here is my Powers Tools drawer. Have some old NiCad snap-on tools over here. My Porter cable grinder. The Milwaukee High Torque impact. And I have these are all non-fuel over here. It's the drill impact driver, and this is the 18-volt impact driver. I also have the mini Sawzall 3/8 electric ratchet, the light, and then I have the Milwaukee die grinder. This is my junk drawer. I have some micrometers, some spark plug tools, a little pocket screwdriver, plastic razor blades, a little air gun. I have couple hacksaws, cutting blades, gasket maker, lug stud install tool, some gloves, my iPad which I use with my car scanner, some cheap calipers, miscellaneous bits, some markers, and some oil filter wrenches. Down here is all my blow mold cases. I have the, let's see if I can get a good view. This is for drilling out manifold bolts on LS's. This is a cheap Harbor Freight tap and die set. Engine oil pressure test kit. My OEM Tools harmonic balancer puller. It's actually made for Chryslers, but they work perfect on the LS engine. This is just a miscellaneous set of oxygen sensors and oil sensor removal. This is a Triton spark plug removal tool. Got a compression tester, brake caliper spreader. Over here is my Mac Tools fuel line, transmission line disconnect. And here is my Dremel. And this is the gear wrench serpentine belt tool. And I have my Matco torque angle torque wrench. Then I have a Cobalt 1/2 inch, and then a cheap Pittsburgh 1/4 inch. But that's my tour of my Snap-on roll cart. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.